Star Wars with May. I think a lot of you are going to be excited about this video because I'm sharing how I do all of my most favorite Star Wars inspired hairstyles. I have quite a few here that I have done. Sometimes I'm just in too big of a rush showing off the rest of the outfit or whatever to really break down the hairstyle. So today's focus is hairstyles. All of these hairstyles will start with a pretty curly base. I use a heatless curling method to get my curls. I'm going to show you the Leia hairstyles, go to the park, and then when I come back from the park tonight, I'll show you how I do my heatless curl routine because I get a lot of questions about that as well. So I figured this would be the perfect time and the perfect place to show you how I do the heatless curls. I get so many questions about my hair, especially the way that I have it right now. Let me take these off. I'm about to head to the parks, which is why I'm wearing these Yoda ears. We're gonna cover Leia, Padme, Ahsoka, and Hera Syndulla for hairstyles. So we have a lot, and I'm really excited to finally film these for you. I will admit I'm on day 2 of heatless curls right now, so my hair is not as curly as I would like for it to be. We're gonna start with my signature Leia bun hairstyle. This is the #1 hairstyle I'd say I get the most questions about, and it is the easiest, and it's gonna blow your mind. Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. Ready? Yeah. That's it. That's actually all that it is. I have clip-in space buns, and mine are looking a little grouty. I use these a lot, like multiple times a week, and I travel with them. They've been shoved in bags, so they could be in better shape. I should probably replace them, and they're like $12, so really should just replace them. This is how I do it. Basically, go in and act like I'm gonna put my hair in a little pigtail, but instead of putting a pigtail in, I just take the claw clip and put it in. And sometimes it's like not exactly where I want it. Just move it a little. Yeah. I do it on the other side. That's it. I kind of feel like I'm faking you guys out with this hairstyle every time I do it. I've never kept this as a secret. I have shared this before, but I think people just miss it or are new around here and haven't seen it in a while. This is how I do the space buns. They clip in. I could not live without these clip-in buns. I really couldn't. I will say I do know how to do this hairstyle without the buns. So if you have a very specific hair color and are unable to get your hands on buns that match your hair, I can show you how I do it the other way. Okay, I'm gonna leave this one in, which is the clip-in bun, and then I'll show you how the other bun that I can do without fake hair looks, and you can see kind of the comparison. So once again, we're gonna do a little half pigtail. Almost all of my hairstyles that I'm sharing in this video are gonna start with a little half pigtail. It is just my favorite starting point. So I have a little hair tie, and we do a half pigtail, wrap it around a couple times, and then take your hair, but don't pull all the way through. I'll stop it about here. I like to leave this tail here because I think it's cute and adds like volume, but if you don't like that, just pull more into this. Just make sure that your hair is in a little loop like this whenever you tie it, and flip it here. And then what we're gonna do, use the hair tie and stop it in the middle like this, and it creates kind of like, it looks like a little bow, I guess. And you could leave it like that if you want, but I really like to pull it and spread it apart. After you kind of spread it and make it as big as you'd like, it looks like this. I usually do leave it like this because I just think it's cute. Or you can take a bobby pin, and if you want, you can connect the 2 bow pieces with a little bobby pin, and it creates more of a perfect little bun shape. And that is how I used to do my buns before I discovered the clip-ins. The clip-ins are just easier and faster, but I think they're equally as adorable. So hopefully that helps. If you can't find buns that match your hair, hopefully you can do it this way. Close-up look at it. What it looks like from the back. Now I have one more Leia hairstyle to share with you today, and that is what I did when I dressed as her for Halloween. This is more for if you're trying to do her cinnamon bun hairstyle, the big buns on the side of your head. So I did that whenever I did more of a costumey version of Leia. I do always kind of just prefer a Disneybound version of Leia for myself. Unfortunately, I do not know how to do it without these buns, but if you have the buns, it's so easy. You can just clip it in kind of where you want the center of your big buns to be. So I kind of do it right behind my ear like that, and do it on both sides. Honestly, if you get the bun covers for Padme's picnic dress, you can literally just cover these buns in the same exact location with that like net cover. Put a little flower crown on your head and you have that Padme hairstyle. Just saying, it's always what I think of whenever I put these in. And split your hair down the middle. I'm not looking, so it might not be perfect. And then you just twist that piece. And guys, literally wrap it around. When you run out of hair to wrap, you basically tuck it in under, open up the claw clip, and just clip the end in the claw clip. There you have it. Just to show you the other side, we grab the pigtail, twist, and wrap. And then when you get your last kind of like a tail piece here, you open the clip and slide it under. I'm gonna pull your face framing pieces, and yeah, that's how easy it can be. That is how easy it can be if you match your hair with one of these clip-in buns. I feel like you could probably create your own little bun as well if you wanted to, if you can't find one to buy that's your hair color. This is certainly not a look I will be rocking often, but I do get to channel my favorite space princess this way, and it could not be easier. And like I said, don't judge my part because I did not look, so it might not be straight back here, but this is what it looks like from the back. Imagine I have a straight part if it's not straight. And to take it out, it's kind of like a mind trick. The sun is going down and my family is gonna be here in probably 10 minutes or so. I am just going to do my hair. I'm gonna go head to the park with my family for the night, and when I get back, I'll show you how I do my routine for my heatless curls. So I will see you when I get back home.
Hello, hello. I got home. It's 1:30 a.m. I got home and fell asleep. So yeah, let me show you how I do my hair. These curls are still in my hair, so they're great. Heatless curls work so well, and I promise you, had I curled my hair with a curling rod, it would have been straight. And that's one of the other reasons. It's great to not be damaging my hair, but if it didn't work, I wouldn't do it. It works better than using a curling rod. Has ever worked on my hair. It's crazy. Okay, so always do it with dry hair that you have added a little bit of water to. So vanity is a mess, but I just turn on the water and run it through my hair a little. So my hair is still like dry, but it has a little bit of wetness. Even like brushed that much and added water too, it's still a little curly. So you take this, I need one that's not brown. This is so boring. Flip it in here towards the back of your head. I grab a little piece like this and bring it to the back. And I grab a little piece from behind, and this piece will wrap under and back to the front. And then you pick up another piece. I like to brush between each one, but you don't have to. I definitely don't always do that. And then again, with this chunk, grab a piece from behind and pull it under. And grab another piece from the front and pull it over. Gonna brush it. And then grab a piece from behind and pull it under. And once I feel like I have nothing left to pull from the front, I just finish wrapping all the way down. And this is all away from the face. And I do it pretty tight. And then I just hold it at the bottom like this and take the rest of this hair with a little brush and then grab all of it and wrap it towards my face on top of my other hair that's already wrapped around. And I don't know how to describe this motion other than it's the only way I can wrap my hair around. So I like shove it under my neck. And you take the scrunchie, and I usually wrap it around like 3 times. So that's how I do it. I usually have to take the claw clip out when I do the second side and either reposition it or I just don't put it back in because I tug on it so hard that it kind of gets off balance. That is it. I'll take this out before I go to bed. And this is what it looks like. All I do is just sleep with it in and take it out in the morning. Easy peasy. Kind of just looks like two cute little, very poofy French braids. I don't usually have to do this every single night to have curly hair. It definitely usually lasts for at least 2 days, which is really nice. That's it, all the way around. See you in the morning to do some more Star Wars hairstyles. Hello, welcome to the next day. I am just about to take out my hair, and I was about to just take it out, but then I realized you guys might want to see how it looks right when it comes out. I have no problems falling asleep with this in my hair, but if you find that it's uncomfortable for you, which it's really just like a big pillow attached to your head, maybe you could try like sock curls. I've never tried it before, but I've seen that the results can be pretty nice. And this is how it looks when it comes out. So just trust the process. Flip over, shake out, kind of just like pull the pieces apart a little bit. And then we just really like lightly brush everything out. I don't always brush it out if I want it to be really tight. I'm really gentle when I bring the brush through, and then just take a little bit of this magic serum, tiny bit because it is an oil, and do like 2 or 3 drops, and that's because I have a ton of hair, and I just work it in. Yeah, that is how I get these like big fluffy curls. No heat, it's kind of crazy. Most of the hair things I'm going to show you today are going to be my hair pulled up, but I think my hair works a lot easier for the most part when it's curly, so it's always a good way to start. Okay, so let me move my keyboard out of the way. There's probably 3 more characters I'm going to focus on, and those characters are Hera, Ahsoka, and Padme. But let's start with Ahsoka. Now, to do Ahsoka, I do her a couple of different ways, but my most favorite way includes clip-in hair extensions. I literally have a basket of clip-in extensions for all of the different times that I dress up. I have a ponytail extension here. But the ones that I use for Ahsoka are the blue and the white. So I have white clip-ins and blue clip-ins. I'll put all the other fake hair away. My favorite way to do my Ahsoka hair also includes the buns that I used for Leia. I can just use those buns. However, because I do Disneybound as Ahsoka and like dress as her so frequently, I actually ended up buying a pair of buns specifically for when I do Ahsoka, and I added some white and blue paint. Like this is just acrylic paint that I painted onto the hair so that I could have blue and white throughout the bun. You do not need to do that, and I didn't the first couple times. And then I also clipped a blue and white extension piece to the bottom of the clip. So there's a clip here, you know, the claw clip I showed you with the Leia looks, and then a blue extension clip to this side and a white extension clip to this side, and I have 2 of them. It's actually only half of an extension. So I cut the extension piece in half, and then the clip kind of breaks when you cut it in half, so I just use a bobby pin to attach it underneath, and then we're good to go. So we have 2 of these beauties. And again, it's gonna start off the exact same way as the Leia. So you just pull about half of your hair back, and then if you want any face framing pieces, pull those out. Clip it in just like this. So you look like this, and I know you're thinking, Meg, you look crazy. I know. And then we take a white extension and just clip it into your scalp, hidden somewhere so that you can't see the clip. So like here, snap it in, and then take a blue one and just snap it in. I typically just snap them in the same location or near it. So then put the blue one in as well, and then do the same thing on the other side. And I will say the clips that I attach to the buns are totally not necessary for this look. I've just done it enough times where I think it like makes it look a little better, but not really that dramatically for it to be worth it if it's like stressing you out. If you don't clip them into the buns like I did, I would just say to clip in 2 blues and 2 whites onto your scalp instead of splitting it up the way that I did, so that you still have 4 pieces on each side. And then this is where you have a few different options. I'll show you both. We're just gonna braid the rest of our hair.
Split it up into 3 sections. If you have thinner hair than I do, you probably don't even need 4 extension pieces on each side. But for me, for it to show, I definitely do. So I always try to make sure when I split my hair up into 3 sections that there's an extension in each section. And then what we do is just braid it down. Try to make sure that the extension is like facing out. So we're just gonna braid it a regular schmegular easy peasy braid. Take a hair tie and finish it off at the bottom. And then we're gonna do it on the other side. And there we have our Ahsoka hair. And I actually think it's so cute. Let me show you how it looks all the way around. This is the back. So cutie, right? I think the braids are my favorite way to do it, but sometimes I also do bubble braids. So let's move on from this one. A really similar premise. You just, instead of braiding, we do little bubbles. And this is fun because you can really customize. You can pull the extension pieces out so that it's like they're very obviously there. Then do it on the other side. So like sometimes like this, the blue and the white isn't showing enough. So you just kind of dig around and find it and pull it. And there it is. And that is method number 2. They both have the same start, it's just a different finish, and it's just kind of preference. I don't even have one that I like better, it's just whatever I'm in the mood for. Now, if you don't want to do the clip-in extensions, you could also just get blue and white hair ties. So just imagine this look all with just your natural hair color, and then you could do, this is green, but say this is a blue clip, you could go blue, white with hair clips if you didn't want to do the extensions piece. I like the extensions because it's like really in there in your hair, but I think another really cute casual way to do it is with hair ties instead. I'll show you what that looks like whenever I do Hera. Now that is my favorite way to do Ahsoka, but sometimes I'm having a really good hair day, like the curls are just really good and I don't want to put all of my hair up and hide the curls. So sometimes I just do a half updo for Ahsoka's hair. And for that, I'll take out the extensions that I have clipped. So now we're just back to the 2 that are coming from the bun. And I just take a little section like this of a pigtail, split it up into 3 parts, and then do a smaller braid coming from that bun. And then it'll look like that. And I think it totally still gives off Ahsoka, especially for more of a Disneybounding moment. The 3 sections, I typically just put the blue in one, the white in one, and then my hair in the third. And I think this way is especially cute if I'm gonna wear like my Ahsoka ears. And those are the main 3 ways that I do my Ahsoka hairstyles. And again, instead of this braid, you could bubble braid this little piece down too, if that's what you would prefer. Either one works. Let's reset and move on to Hera. I don't know if this is just dedication or psychoticness, but I do have bags of hair dedicated to certain characters. I will say, if I was blonde, I would 100% get blonde extensions. So if you're blonde, listen up. I would get blonde extensions and use a blue Sharpie. I would color them the way that Ashley Eckstein does her hair. So this is like a picture of what she does sometimes. Reaching back into my basket of hair for Hera, I have the most beautiful green shade. This one looks like it's brand new. I definitely have a used one in here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Bag of green hair for Hera. I don't always use extensions when I do Hera, so I will show you both ways that I like to do her. Now, for Hera, what I like to do is, again, with the half pigtails. This is such an easy starter piece. I take this, put all of the other hair over here. So we're only dealing with the little pigtail. What I do is split the pigtail in half like this and just plop this hair over here. And I just clip that hair extension in to this side, just like that. I have thick hair, so I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 pieces up here. If you have thin hair, you probably only need 1. And then you just bury it back in under that top layer so it's blending in. And then I immediately take this hair and put it in a pigtail. This will be the start of your bubble braid, so I like to put the pigtail pretty high up, but I guess it's based off of preference. Because her liku are so high on her head, I like to start the bubble braids pretty high up. Just doing that same thing with the half pigtail with the green extensions on the other side. Now we have 2 matching pigtails that have the green peeking through, and then we're just gonna go ahead and clip more green pieces into the hair that's not in the pigtail, like the bottom hairs. Now that's a lot of green going on. And we start the process of a bubble braid. You just have to keep in mind as you do this is making sure that the green is like visible and not too hidden in your hair, which again, if you have thick hair, will be harder for you. So we start the first bubble, and it's pretty much, you can probably tell, it's mostly just the hair from that little pigtail and a tiny bit of hair from underneath the pigtail for that first bubble. And then we can start adding more hair in from the bottom. Add about that much in to make the next little bubble and pull. I'm gonna put another hair tie in. Then all of the hair can go into that second bubble, or however like it ends up falling. You don't have to do it exactly like I did here. I do think for this look, it's way cuter if that first bubble is just that first pigtail. All the way down, trying to make sure that the green continues to stick out. The thing about these hairstyles is they're kind of cute and unique for every day, like without the colored extensions in. They're kind of just cute hairstyles. Once I finish this first bubble, again, is just gonna pull a little bit from under the pigtail and make that first bubble. Make sure that the green is popping out. I'm gonna pull in some more of my hair from underneath and add that into that last hair tie. Another bubble, like that. And then add more of my hair to that piece. So now it's all in that hair tie there. The rest of the bubbles are pretty simple. Self-explanatory. Just keep pulling the green out so it's visible. And there we go. We have very green bubble braids, just like Hera's liku. And of course, it's not Hera without her goggles. And sometimes I'll wear a white headband under the goggles because she has like a white thing on her head. And here we have Hera Syndulla look number 1. The only other way I really like to do Hera is instead of having these green extensions in, so imagine my hair is just my regular hair color, I'll add ribbon into each of these bubbles instead that's green. So take a ribbon, I like the thin ribbon, but you can really do whatever you want. And tiny little bows. And my advice is to use a bigger piece of ribbon than you think you're gonna need because it's really difficult to tie a tiny bow with a really tiny piece of ribbon. And you know, now that I'm doing this, I don't believe I've ever layered the extensions with the ribbon. I've always done one or the other, but it's kind of adorable all together. If you want to do the bows, I kind of recommend you just do the bows as you make the bubbles. That is what that looks like. Honestly, next time I do Hera, I'm gonna do both because this is actually so cute all together like this. I'm gonna do the other side really quick. Okay, all done, both sides. So freaking cute. Like, this is definitely my favorite way to do it. Here's how it looks from the back. Very adorable. And now imagine doing Ahsoka's bubble braids like this, except alternating blue and white every other one. That's also a very cute and easy way to do Ahsoka. Or if you don't want to do like bows, you could just get like hair ties like this that are blue and white or green, and they'll show up. That would be super easy. Or you could even just do hair clips. So like say I have this green hair clip, we could just put clips on everyone instead. So there's all different types of ways and difficulty levels to do all of these hairstyles. That is it for Hera. So let's take all of this out and do Padme next. I'm gonna brush my hair because these little hair ties pull out my hair. Look, there's all sorts of hair in that one. That's gross. But a moment for the heatless curls because my hair still remains curly after all of this wear and tear. Oh, let me take these off. Okay, last up is Padme, and all we need for this is a hair tie and a claw clip. And what I love about this hairstyle is that I have always hated the way my hair looked in a bun until I did it this way. And ever since I did my Valentine's Day Padme look, I have done this hair just regularly a few times to like go to dinner or shopping or whatever. It's newly added to my lineup, so that's fun. This is her Battle on Geonosis-ish hairstyle, but it's really just like a low bun. And I like to use this comb to like smooth it all out, and for some reason it just adds a lot of volume instead of making my hair like stick straight to my head. It really like lifts it off of my scalp a little bit, if that makes sense. And we just do a little ponytail, and then I pull a little bit more there. And then essentially, you just kind of like pull it apart a little bit and put the claw clip underneath of it, and then continue to like tuck into the claw clip, and then you have this pretty fluffy little bun back there. And my face framing pieces do not make it all the way back, so I just like to pull them down, and then I just tuck them behind my ears like this. And I think it looks cute. Keeps me from looking like super bald from the front. Not at all a fancy or difficult to do hairstyle whatsoever, but it's really good for every day. And if you're doing a Padme Disneybound or just trying to like feel a little like a Queen of Naboo on a regular day in your life, if you're going to the office, you just want to feel like royalty. And this is what it looks like from behind. I think the key thing here that I haven't seen anyone really do is the claw clip under here to just really make it look good. And whenever I do buns on the top of my head, I do it the exact same way, just up here. The claw clip really just makes it look bigger and allows you to play around with it, and you just kind of tuck into the claw clip how you like and stop whenever you're done. And that's it. That's the Padme look. This is the last hairstyle that we're gonna go over today. If you'd like me to try and channel other characters with other hairstyles, let me know, because we could always do part 2 of this type of video if it was helpful. Please let me know if you decide to do any of these hairstyles and you like take pictures or videos and you post them online. Please tag me, because it makes my day just to know that something I've done inspired somebody else. Like you just truly have no idea how much joy it gives me to see anything I've shared be of any value to anybody, so please tag me in those. That is it for this week of Star Wars with Meg. Shout out to the Heatless curls for surviving all of this wear and tear. They're still going strong. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please feel free to leave comments for things that you would love to see on Star Wars with Meg this year. I have lots of ideas coming out, but I'm always excited to add to the list, especially if it's something that you guys specifically want to see. And that is it for this week. I hope you have an amazing couple of days ahead until I see you again, and may the Force be with you. Bye!